We have another amazing week of eShop sales to explore together, and I hope you're all as excited as I am about the holiday season. Some of our favorite games are already dropping to new all-time low prices, and I'm willing to bet they're only gonna get better. So hide your wallets, your purses, whatever you use, cause we have some awesome games on today's list. Hey everyone, I'm JP, and welcome to Good Talk HQ. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you've been here before, welcome back my friends. We truly appreciate you spending a few minutes with us again today. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. We cover Nintendo Switch content every week, and we like to spotlight some of the best games on sale. If you enjoy the video or we help you find a deal or two, please consider subscribing to become part of our wonderful extended family. On top of all that, we also do monthly eShop gift card giveaways. All you have to do to enter is be sub to the channel, hit the like button down below, and be sure to leave us a comment so we can find your name and add you to the list. With all that out of the way, as always folks, please stay safe out there and enjoy the video. Alright, let's start today with Foregone. This is a single-player action platformer from Big Blue Bubble and offers more than 10 hours of main story gameplay on average. Now this is a fast-paced 2D platformer with amazing pixel art graphics and an immersive soundtrack. We take over the role of a super soldier tasked with defending our city by uncovering the secrets of the past. Along the way, you'll find and collect a vast arsenal of powerful weapons, as well as learn new powerful skills that you'll need to face off against the final boss. There are tons of enemies to have some fun with, and this game is highly recommended while on sale until October 21st. If you're interested in Foregone, it's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $7.99. Next we have Wizard of Legend. This is an action-adventure style game from Humble Games, available for 1 or 2 players in local co-op, and offers a main story that will last more than 15 hours. This is a fast-paced dungeon crawler with an emphasis on the dynamic combat system. You have to think fast and move quickly, and if you can do so fast enough, you'll be able to chain together spells for massive damage bonuses. This game has more than 100 different spells that you can find and combine in cool different ways. This gives the player a level of freedom on how they choose to play. You can dive into combat head first or let your minions do the work for you, and of course you can do all of this solo or in co-op. If you're interested in Wizard of Legend, be sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $6.39. Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom is another one of our personal recommendations here at the channel. It's a single-player 2D platformer from FDG Entertainment and offers more than 20 hours of main story gameplay. The game features gorgeous hand-drawn animations and one of the best soundtracks on the list. One of the most unique aspects of the game is your ability to transform into one of 6 forms, each with their own unique physical skill sets and abilities. This will greatly affect how you tackle each obstacle in the levels as you progress through. Again, this is one of our personal recommendations, and it's at an all-time low of just $9.99, marked down 75% until November 4th. Be sure to check this one out. Next we have Ikenfell. This is a single-player adventure RPG from Humble Games and offers a main story that will last players roughly 15 to 20 hours to wrap up. Now this is a turn-based tactical RPG about a group of troublesome magical students and features a heartwarming story full of twists and turns. There are dozens of magical spells to find and unlock, several playable characters each with their own skill sets and abilities, and more than 20 epic boss battles. Plus along the way there are hundreds of secrets to find. Players will explore this vast school of magic and in all of its pixelated glory. If you're interested in Ikenfell, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's currently marked down 40% to an all-time low of just $11.99. Slay the Spire is a single-player strategy RPG, again from Humble Games, and offers a main story that will last more than 40 hours, potentially double or triple that for completionists. Now this is a cool fusion of deck builder card style games and roguelikes mashed together for a great experience. Like with many card builders, the key to success will come with trial and error, finding the best combination of cards to fill out your deck. The game world is an ever-changing one, where each trip up the Spire will give players a new layout so the game doesn't start to feel too stale early on. As you travel through the Spire, you can find powerful relics which will greatly enhance your deck, making easy work of the enemies that you'll encounter. Don't be fooled though, the game is definitely challenging. If you're interested in Slay the Spire, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down half price to an all-time low of just $12.49. Monster Sanctuary is an adventure-style platform RPG from Team 17, one of our favorite publishers here at the channel. The game has a main story that should last more than 30 hours, and it also has multiplayer for 2 players as well. Now this game features gorgeous pixelated graphics with a side-scrolling view and sees players collecting, training, and battling with monsters similar to something like Pokemon. Players will embark on an epic adventure using the monsters that you find along the way, as well as the teammates that you'll gather. Now this is a Metroidvania, which so many are nowadays, and the abilities that you unlock by finding the new monsters will hold the key to your progression throughout the stages. The game even offers an online head-to-head battle mode as well, giving even more value when on sale. If you're interested in this one, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on November 4th. It's marked down 50% to an all-time low of just $9.99. Next we have the Streets of Rogue plus the character pack combo. This is a retro-style action RPG from Tiny Build Games and offers unlimited hours of playtime for 1 to 4 players either online or in local co-op. Now this is a roguelite, except instead of dungeon crawling, Streets of Rogue has players doing missions and completing tasks in procedurally generated cities that are bustling with other NPCs. Each city really does feel alive, and it adds a lot to the sense of immersion overall. Each stage gives the player certain goals, and from there it's up to you how you play. You can choose run and gun action or slow, stealthy, and methodical. It's really up to you. Now again, this is the bundle with the character pack, which adds 6 new completely unique playable characters as well, so if you're gonna get it, definitely get this version. Right now you can get the bundle on sale until October 22nd. It's marked down 30% to just $16.09. Forager is a single-player adventure-style strategy game from Humble Games and offers players a main story that should last roughly 20 or 30 hours depending on how strong your desire to fully complete the game is. This is an open-world 2D exploration game where you'll have to gather, collect, and manage resources, craft useful items and buildings, level up and learn new skills and abilities, and blueprints, and so much more. There are dungeons to dive into with clever and fun puzzles to solve as well, which adds another layer to an already stacked game. Like with most of these games, you start off small and ill-prepared to handle anything, but as you learn the ropes, you start to feel more and more powerful and well-suited for any occasion. If you're interested in Forager, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down to an all-time low of just $9.99, which is 50% off. Next we have Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, the Complete Edition. This is a single-player park building sim that has been retooled to work great on the Switch. You get to build a massive theme park full of amazing rides, but you also of course get to manage the park as well. You can control things like ticket prices, staff wages, store pricing, and much more. But they also have the sandbox mode as well, so if you'd rather just build and not have to worry about money and all the other tedious day-to-day activities, you can do that mode as well. There are over 300 rides, 60 different shops, and you can even raise animals in this complete edition. If you enjoy park builders and you're looking for something on a budget, maybe check out Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, the Complete Edition, while it's on sale until November 4th. It's marked down 55% to an all-time low of just $13.49. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is an awesome single-player 2D platformer from Team 17 and offers a main story that should last players roughly 15 hours or so to wrap up. Now this is the delightful follow-up to the 3D adventure game Yooka-Laylee and is my personal top side-scrolling platformer on the console. The worlds are bright and vibrant, the soundtrack and sound effects are amazing and reminiscent of old school N64 days, and the controls are perfect. You get to jump, dash, roll, and stomp your way through each of the amazing stages. On top of all of that, each stage has a second version that is totally different from the first. I can't recommend this game enough. If you want an amazing platformer, please check this out before the sale ends on November 4th. It's marked down 75%, matching an all-time low of just $7.49. Next we have Sonic Mania. This is the newest 2D entry in the series and was created by longtime Sonic fan Christian Whitehead. The main story will last roughly 9 or 10 hours and you'll love every minute of it. This is the true Sonic game fans of the franchise have been waiting for. Everything is spot on, from the music to the animations to the level design, which are all full of callbacks, and the boss battles and dialogue. Everything just feels right with this game. Really, there's nothing to complain about with the game, and there was even DLC added later on which expanded upon the great value. A lot of Sonic games get mixed reviews nowadays, but this one is positive all around the board. Make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 25th. It's marked down half price to just $9.99, matching its all-time low. Blasphemous is a single-player action platformer, again from Team 17, and offers roughly 20 hours of main story gameplay. This game is punishingly difficult and combines fast-paced, skill-based combat with a deep, story-driven narrative. A foul curse has fallen upon the citizens known as the Miracle, and you play as the Penitent One, a sole survivor of the massacre, and you're trapped in this endless cycle of death and rebirth. The game features amazing pixel art graphics and a dark and somber soundtrack to go along with them. You'll have to explore this huge world and overcome fearsome enemies and deadly traps as well. The game is tough, but it's a blast to play and a great value when on sale, so if you're interested, check it out before the sale ends on November 4th. It's marked down 66% to a new all-time low of $8.49. Wildfire is another action platform style RPG, this time from Humble Games, and offers a main story that should last roughly 5 to 10 hours to wrap up. This is a cool stealth style game where you have to harness and use the power of the elements to progress through each level. You can start fires, freeze water, and even move the earth, and these abilities make for some cool puzzle solving along the way. Players will set out on a mission to take back their home village and rescue those whom have been kidnapped. What I really like about this one is that a lot of the puzzles involve cleverly tricking your enemies and luring them into a trap. Of course, as always, the addition of co-op gameplay for the entirety of the game is welcome here for sure. If you're considering getting this one, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down 30% to an all-time low of just $10.49. Children of Morta. This is an action RPG from publisher 11-Bit Studios and offers a main story that will last more than 20 hours. Plus, the game is also available for 1 or 2 players offline. Now, this is a story of a valiant family standing together while the world around them is being devoured in darkness. It's shown from a top-down view and features some amazing pixel art graphics. You'll have 7 playable characters, each member of the family, and they all play vastly different from one another. Along the way, there are upgrades to be found, and you can use item modifiers between each run. If you're looking for a great deal this week, Children of Morta is one of the best values out there. It's on sale until October 28th. It's marked down 61% to an all-time low of just $8.57. Next, we have Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. This is a single-player action RPG from publisher Marvelous and will take players more than 30 hours to complete. Now, this game is essentially 2 games in one being an amazing side-scrolling platformer with loads of enemies to face off against and massive bosses or mini-bosses that will test your skills. The other being a rice farming simulation, and this is truly the addictive part of the game. The gameplay loop basically revolves around us setting out with the young goddess to gather resources and slay animals for food to bring home to our village, and while we're there, we must manage our rice farm, and doing so can give the player some buffs and raise the morale of the whole village. Now, there's also a crafting system in place where the gathered resources can be taken to certain NPCs in order to upgrade your weapons and gear. This is a really gorgeous game on the Switch, and it does enough to set itself apart, and I think it's worth checking out right now while it's on sale for just $27.99 until October 21st, marked down 30% to an all-time low. Evergate is a single-player adventure platform game from Stone Lantern Games with a main story that will last roughly 7 to 10 hours. In this one, players wield their soul flame and unleash extraordinary powers as you dive into the touching story of 2 kindred spirits. Now, this is a journey through the beautiful and haunting afterlife in this unique 2D puzzle platformer. The game also features a cool time-based mechanic allowing you to slow time and use these power crystals to unleash your full potential. The gorgeous environments paired with the original soundtrack were top-notch. If you're interested in Evergate, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down 35% to just $6.24, again an all-time low. Next, we have Golf Story. This is a retro-style sports RPG, which is basically a blend of RPG mechanics and sports mechanics all packaged together, and when done right can make for a very unique and interesting game. This one comes to us from Sidebar Games and has a main story campaign that will last around 15 to 20 hours. Now, this is another one of those games that may surprise players, as it's truly a joy to play. It mixes standard RPG mechanics like you'd expect to find, with some interesting golf-related puzzles and objectives. There are 8 unique environments to explore and dozens of puzzles to solve, plus there's a fully fleshed out story. If you've been eyeing this one and you still haven't grabbed it, please make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down half price to an all-time low of just $7.49. Next up, we have Iconoclasts. This is a single-player 2D adventure game from Bitfrost Entertainment and will take players roughly 10 to 15 hours to wrap up. Players will explore a large world filled with challenging puzzles, interesting characters, and plenty of bosses and baddies to keep you busy. The game features 20 intense boss battles and an amazing retro style aesthetic and sound. Plus, the game controls wonderfully. There are a few different difficulty settings as well to add accessibility for younger players. If you like games in this genre or Iconoclast looks interesting to you, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down 60% to just $7.99. Moonlighter, the Complete Edition. This is a single-player action RPG, once again from 11-Bit Studios, and will last players roughly 20 hours or so. The game follows a young man named Will, an adventurous shopkeeper that dreams of becoming a hero. After the discovery of an ancient gate that will allow people to travel to different realms and seek treasures beyond their wildest dreams, young Will sees his call to action. The game features an addictive gameplay loop of searching for treasures and bringing them back to your shop to sell each day. In the Complete Edition, you get the base game and the Between Dimensions expansion as well. The DLC added new enemies, new bosses, and much more. This is a great value at its current sale price of just $6.95, marked down 75% until October 28th and matching its all-time low. Nexomon Extinction is a single-player action RPG from P-Cube and offers players more than 35 hours of main story gameplay on average. Now, this is an all-new story in the beloved franchise of monster-catching games, adding more than 300 new Nexomon to trap and tame. One really cool feature is that the game has a dynamic difficulty setting, so as you progress through the world, it will change with you, and enemies never seem too easy or too hard to defeat. Now the world itself is massive and has several distinct regions, which of course mean that only some monsters can be found in habitats that would allow them to thrive. You'll have to do battle with trainers and tyrants alike in this amazing action RPG in an attempt to become the greatest monster tamer of all time. So if you're interested in Nexomon Extinction, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on October 22nd. It's marked down 35% to just $12.99. Once again, an all-time low. Let's take another look at the Qubic game secret sale. All you have to do to take advantage of the special offer is just go to the Nintendo Switch eShop, download the coloring book, which is free, and once you have coloring book, a whole bunch of other games from the developer become available at a huge discount. So like before with Dragus Games when they offered their secret sale, as long as you've purchased or you plan to purchase any of the Qubic game titles, a secret list of games will open up at a huge discount. Games like Mana Spark, Blazing Beaks, Akane, Dex, Zombie Blast Crew, they all drop down even lower than they are now, sometimes even under 50 cents. There are more than 60 titles on the list, so have fun and go crazy. If you want to access their game list on the eShop, just open up any of their games and then drill down on the Qubic games at the top on the left hand side in the top corner. Now in the background I'm showing a couple of videos of the deals, but you really do have to go see this for yourself in order to really get a full appreciation. I mean, for $2 you can buy 3 or 4 pretty good games and have a great time. Alright folks, thanks as always for watching. If you made it this far just like last video, you're legendary. Thank you so much. To the extended family, one more time before you go, thank you again for being here for a few minutes again with us today as always. Please drop us a comment down below, as you know we love hearing from you and we love writing back, so we appreciate it. Thank you. For the new folks, I hope we helped you find a deal or two. I hope you enjoyed your time at least, even if you didn't find a game you liked. And please consider joining our family here at the channel. Like I say, we have an awesome community, plus it will enter you in for one of our free eShop gift cards at the end of each month. Again, all you have to do to enter is just be subbed to the channel, drop a like down below, and leave me a comment so I can find your name and put you on the current list. We're getting closer to Black Friday, so you know the deals are only going to get better from here, so just keep that in mind before you spend too much of your money today. As we get closer though, I promise to keep trying to find the best deals and bring you consistent content so you're always up to date. I do appreciate and respect your time. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us today. Alright folks, we won't hold you up any longer. We're going to let Little Man take us home as always. Stay safe out there. Bye everyone. Thank you again.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!